that we got from the other side of the board, I don't know that there is a better person to represent Pennsylvania for me than the state representative. Tina has been a great friend to us from the beginning, and I'd like all of you to welcome Tina Pickett.
Well, it is a distinct pleasure to be here tonight, and even though I was one of the people that raised my hand for my first time here, it was hard to believe that it was really my first time here because Deb has kept me so much in the loop with all of the emails and all the pictures and all of the people who stood up that were board members, and I'm sure many more people. I've seen your picture as you were working through fixing walls and fixing floors and doing whatever you did to the windows and making all the display cases and arranging things. It's just been a wonderful progress so far, and I know you have more to do. But from the moment, I think the mayor expressed it well, from the moment that you were beginning to put this together, there's been an excitement about it. Every single thing that you've done, the lectures you've had, the history that you brought together here is just a wonderful excitement. And I think tonight is just a little bit of icing on the cake. It won't be all the icing you'll put on the cake, I know that, but it's a little bit of the icing on the cake. And I think it was maybe some, if I caught it right, maybe some 14,000 years ago that this woolly mammoth was around the Newton's farm. Jane, you didn't really see him out the kitchen window, did you, or anything like that? No, no. But he was there, and about 30 years ago, you did find him. And I know that it was exciting on your farm at that time when you had all of the archaeological diggers there staying with you and being involved with you at that time. It had to be a very, very interesting time. And what the Susquehanna Center here has done for us tonight is bring all those eras together so that tonight we can appreciate that long time ago, the excitement of finding this wonderful find in Pennsylvania, the most complete mammoth found in Pennsylvania, I believe, which is part of what makes it one of the really, really important finds in Pennsylvania. And so we're just all excited to be here and be part of this tonight. I think that one of the most important things that I have to do here tonight, and probably one of the most fun things that I have to do here tonight, is to just take a moment of our time and honor somebody who is totally incredible. Where do you start? Where do you start? What do you write down? How many things do you bring up? How many things do you talk about on a night like this for a gentleman like Ted Keir? Mr. Keir is busy reading over his speech and making sure he has everything right. Now I'm going to interrupt his process and say, would you join me up here, please, Ted?
I'd be glad.
All right. Because one of the pleasures I have here tonight is to bring you a citation from the House of Representatives on the Pennsylvania side, Mayor. So we'll talk about Pennsylvania here tonight, even though I'm across the border. And it's just a distinct honor for me to be able to be here and say a few words about Ted Keir, because he's a pretty remarkable guy. Now, last week I saw him over at the Gem and Mineral Show, and he was over there telling everybody about all of the different displays and everything that was going on. His amount of knowledge is incredible, and I just said to him, I believe you could tell me a story about every single thing that's in this building. Some sort of a story. He said, oh, there's a lot of stories. I went, yeah, that there are. But I'm going to read you a little bit of your story, Ted. I know I've only got a few moments out of all these things that you've done. But this reads, whereas the House of Representatives of Pennsylvania is always pleased to recognize those exceptional individuals who through their lifetime of achievements bring great credit to themselves and to this Commonwealth. And that's what makes Pennsylvania so special. This is my own words added to this, but to know that we have citizens like you, Ted. Whereas Theodore R. Keir is being honored upon more than 50 years of distinguished service to his community as an archaeologist during the unveiling event of the Spring Lake Woolly Mammoth exhibit. That's a mouthful, you know, which will take place on April 3rd of 2010. And whereas he is a retired educator, Mr. Keir served Athens High School as a science teacher for more than 20 years before his retirement in 1984. To his great credit, he was involved in the excavation of woolly mammoth fossils at Spring Lake in the 1980s. You were there? Did I see you in the movie? Yeah? Oh, I'm going to see that again. Okay. Oh, you were digging. You were down digging. Good job. All right. And he is credited with creating the exhibit, which includes 2 murals, kiosks, and movie shorts, and a landscape showcasing what the environment would have been when the mammoths lived here. Mr. Keir was also involved in the creation of a learning module which is being utilized at Snyder Elementary School and teaches students about the lives of Native Americans and the tools they used to obtain and prepare food. In addition to his archaeological work, Mr. Keir is the former chairman of the board of the You're still the chairman, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody made a mistake there. I mean, no, you're on. You're still there, buddy. He is the chairman of the board of Susquehanna River Archaeological Center of Native Indian Studies. He was a co-founder of the Chahana Rock and Mineral Club in the Andase chapter number 5 of the Pennsylvania Archaeology Organization. He was a commissioner for the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission for 8 years. Lots of good stories there, huh? Yeah, yeah, and a director of the Bradford County Conservation District. And he is lauded as a popular, most certainly popular, lecturer and writer. Among his many publications, Mr. Keir wrote Sportsman's Sphere. Sportsman's Sphere. Oh, that was a tongue twister, wasn't it? A column for a local newspaper. Now, therefore, the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania heartily congratulates Theodore R. Keir upon his well-deserved distinction. We offer our best wishes for every future success and happiness. And again, this is signed by the Speaker of the House of Pennsylvania, Mr. Keir, and it's my privilege to be able to deliver it to you today and to thank you for all that you bring to us in the way of learning, and will continue